Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Isaiah and I'm currently watching my spouse poorly plank the laundry. That's about the mood for today, honestly, because we're at our final straw with the whole everything going on. Long story short, we have been trying to contact a low income lawyer whose office does this thing where you leave a voicemail and they're supposed to call you back within a couple days. Well, they haven't called us back within a couple of days. We've been getting a little frustrated because we're waiting to send an email out to the area manager so that we can talk with them first and make sure everything is kosher. And it's honestly getting to the point where I kind of want to send the email anyway. But then last night, some fun shit happened where our kitchen started to leak. We didn't notice it at first because we were in the bedroom. Because despite having a living room, we prefer to hang out in the bed that has the TV like a foot away so Briar can play Animal Crossing while I quietly stress about eternity. But when we stepped out, we noticed there was a massive drip coming down. And so Briar left an emergency maintenance thing, and I put in a maintenance request. Briar started documenting, and just gradually through the night, we watched as this drip started to swell the ceiling underneath the paint or the drywall or whatever, and it became like one of those massive pulsating pimples that you get that don't have a head, but it was our ceiling. And someone came in, looked at it, and left. And they later told Briar, hey, it looks like one of your upstairs neighbor left their sink on. And we're both just like, what? What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense. And the more I think about it, the less it makes sense because, like, that means not only did they leave a faucet on for some bizarre reason, but it also got clogged to be dripping down here. And after a couple of hours, it burst with like a very loud pop. It sounded like a water balloon. And when we stepped out again, it looked like someone had taken acrylic paint, let it dry around a balloon, and then popped the balloon. It was so bizarre looking. Um, and Briar put buckets underneath it and everything. The water looks disgusting because, of course, it does. And we've been having to keep the pets from drinking it. But they're like, oh, we'll send someone over first thing in the morning. Cool. We were like, well, we'll be out doing errands. And they actually did send someone out first thing in the morning at like 8. So we were just waking up. Briar goes to answer the door, says hi. Guy comes in, then leaves. And we're like, okay, he's going to come back any minute. Let's just hang out until he returns to start doing stuff. No. I could have taken a shower and gone out and probably be halfway to the fish store that we go purchase our fish supplies at by the time he came back. And they didn't really even do anything. They kind of cut off the water balloon acrylic paint mess, and everything's still leaking. The ceiling looks like shit. I mean, water was coming out of the fire alarm that Briar hates so much because it's super sensitive. So anytime anything even thinks about smoking, it goes off. It's right outside the kitchen. So after they did that, we didn't get any more updates, and Briar decided to go make some coffee while I took a shower. Well, it turns out one of the electrical outlets doesn't work that the fridge is plugged into. So our fridge went out again. So we put in another maintenance request. Hey, our fridge is broken. Help. And their solution, which is what my mom actually advised as well, was to get an extension cord and plug it into the bathroom. So they hadn't done that when I left to go take care of the teen lounge workshop today. But by the time I came back, we now have this 50-foot dirty orange cable just bunched up in our little tiny hallway. But this has kind of become the final straw. Our lawyer, not lawyer, our realtor friend has responded to my email finally, gave me the name of a person to help figure out what we can afford. Sent an email to that person who's very lovely over email. She sent me a link to fill out that we'll be doing tonight, and we will be talking to her next Wednesday. The current plan is we want to get out of this apartment as soon as possible. We would love it if this lawyer could help make sure that we can either legally break the lease because of all the shit that's been happening, or we can just refuse to pay rent and they will evict us, because in Philadelphia it says that they don't have to wait a month. They can wait 10 days, I believe, if your lease is a year or less, and then leave. I am a bit worried about the mortgage affordability thing because while Briar has a steady income, I do not, obviously. Since my employer doesn't want to have me work, even as a trainer. And workshops and stuff like that aren't really steady income that's enough to even be taxable, if I'm completely honest. Plus, they haven't been paid for that yet anyway. They said it takes about 3 weeks to 4 weeks to go through, plus holidays and Thanksgiving is next week, so it's extremely stressful. I've started coming up with some shirt and sticker designs that I'm going to put on Redbubble, but for some reason I freeze up about putting that out there, which is hilarious because I've never frozen up about putting anything out there before, and I have some sticker designs out already. But it's a lot. Everything just feels like a lot. And it led to today me having the most severe panic attack I've had since I had that breakdown back in September, where I was just standing in front of a bunch of teenagers trying to show a demonstration, and it felt like the world was ending. It did not help that I was wearing a binder, so I couldn't breathe because of the binder. I had a mask on that was not my mask, because my mask is somewhere eaten by the dryer, I believe. And the world felt like it was ending. So I've also been taking a break from Discord because everything feels like shit right now. And I don't know. I'm really worried about the mortgage thing, which means we probably won't get the house that we thought we really wanted. But then we were looking at some row homes that are a little on the 100,000 side of things instead of 200,000. And we found a really cute little house that looks like it hasn't been updated since the 1950s. And it's got wood paneling everywhere. So that would be a really fun project to tackle. And right now there's some houses that are extremely cheap, like under $100,000, and they look halfway decent. I'm shocked. I'm hoping that they don't get snatched up before we can get this figured out. My realtor friend said that it takes about a month to 45 days to go from this point to closing. So hopefully by the new year, we'll be in our own place. And then if we have any leaks, the only people responsible for it are us. So I really look forward to that. I also applied to be a ghost tour guide, so that's exciting. I am waiting for them to send me my audition script, so I'll keep you guys abreast about that. But in the meantime, because I have rambled on long enough, I hope you guys have a fantastic day or evening, whenever the fuck y'all are watching this. It's almost 7 p.m. for me now. Stay hydrated, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Hopefully with something more interesting. Bye bye.